baby. I seem to think of only you.
What's up, y'all? It's that jam. I'm gonna kind of let it ride out for a minute. Beautiful day. What's up, everybody? It's Candy, your spiritual bestie, on this Good Friday with the card of the day, of course. So let's get into it as I make my way to the job. All right, so our tarot card today was the Chariot card. The Chariot card is a card of duality. It's a card of purpose. To me, it can represent the potential climax of something. Because chariots, usually when the chariots come through, it's time for some action. Or royalty is coming through. So they have a very distinct purpose, though. When you see a Chariot card, to me, it's a reminder of purpose and an understanding of purpose and what your purpose is. This morning when I was in my meditation, I started thinking about one of the biggest things that holds us back is the fact that we don't know when to separate from the environments that we are accustomed to, from the settings and situations that we've grown accustomed to or grown used to. And a lot of times these things are not assisting us in our purpose. They're just holding us back, or they're just continuously planting seeds of lack, seeds of doubt, seeds of poverty. And a lot of times, if you will take a moment to evaluate your environment and then figure out whether or not that is a really good place for you to grow, if that's a good place for you, to flourish, then you'll see where you're going to be within a couple of years. So when I was home, when I was living in Tampa, I knew for years, and my friends can tell you, for years I had talked about getting out and leaving Tampa, just because I knew that there was something else outside of that city. And a lot of times we're afraid to step away and pull back from the things that we're accustomed and we're used to, because we feel like we're going to miss out on something. And sometimes you do. You miss out on the little things. But on the grander scheme of things, this journey in this life is about divine purpose. And without separating yourself from the environment that's not promoting growth, without separating yourself from people that carry that poverty-like mindset and that mindset of self-doubt and lack and just continuous excuses with no solutions, then you're going to find that you continue to repeat the same cycles that your grandmother, your great-grandmother, her mama, and all the rest of them did. Because we have to learn to step out on faith and step out into the newness and the unknown. And yes, it is scary. One of the scariest things that I ever did was move out of Tampa. That was one of the scariest things that I ever did. But I knew that it was necessary. And even though I didn't know even what my purpose was at that time, I knew and felt within myself that there has to be something more than just this. And the scariest thing that I did was step out and move to a city where I had no family. I had no friends. I did have one friend. I did have one cousin, but stepping out where I really didn't have a solid support system. And the best thing that I ever did for myself and my son was make that move. And I'm telling you, when we got to our apartment, when we moved to Atlanta, we got to our apartment, and my dad and my brother came to help us move. They drove up, and when they left and everybody was gone, it was just me and my son. He was like, I want to go home. And in my head, I was thinking, shit, me too, bro. I want to go home too, but I guess this is it. And it was like, moving and being alone, I won't lie, I drank just to be able to go to sleep because I could not sleep. I was scared. I was like, did I make the right decision? I didn't move to Atlanta for reasons that a lot of people move to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta because I needed some better resources, and I needed to be closer to an autistic community. And Atlanta is a great place for that. Atlanta has such an amazing and beautiful autistic culture that really supports these kids that have autism. So making that move was the best thing that I did. It opened my eyes. It helped me to hit the reset button on myself, because a lot of times when we're in these like comfortable environments, we'll sit there and we will get so comfortable and so accustomed to what we have and to where we are, even if we say we want more. We grow accustomed to our environment and our situation, and we are no longer keeping our eyes open. We're not alert. We're not paying attention to our surroundings. This is spiritual and physical. We're not paying attention to our surroundings. We aren't in our grind mode. And when I moved to Atlanta and I didn't have support and I didn't have nobody's house to go to for dinner, if I didn't have food, it was all on me and me alone. No child support, no kind of like trust fund to draw from or anything like that. It was literally me, and everything fell on me. And that really grew me up. It grew me up a lot. It made me realize that if I didn't do it, it wasn't going to be done. And I already knew that, but having my family around always created a safety net for me. So the other thing that it did for me was also remind me to stay alert. A lot of times we let our guard down. We walk around because we're comfortable in a certain city, and we're not paying attention to our surroundings, and people be plotting and planning. And yes, Spirit does protect you, but Spirit also gives you discernment. Spirit also gives you senses, and you need to use the motherfuckers. So for me, I was just on alert naturally. I was paying attention every time we went, got ready to go outside. I was just like more aware of my surroundings versus being all up in my phone, walking to the car, not paying attention, about to get got. So that's, to me, the Chariot card is a representation of, like I said, duality, but also purpose, understanding your purpose, walking in your purpose, sometimes hitting that reset button and knowing your role and playing your position, and understanding that everything happens in a divine sequence, in a divine order, but you also have to play your role, and you also have to use the God-given senses, literally the six senses, I should say, that you are given in order to walk through this journey. And our oracle, I'm about to say tarot, our oracle card today is the inner trust. You cannot have inner trust without having inner knowledge, understanding of who you are, of your divine purpose, of your strengths and your weaknesses. So many people that I see are afraid to spend that time alone. I used to do a lot of stuff by myself, And I did a lot of stuff by myself because I enjoyed my own company. I could go when I wanted to. If I wanted to walk in late, that was on me. I was doing me. If I wanted to get there early, if I wanted to stay and hang around and talk until I had no words left to say, you know, whatever the case. Like, when you roll by yourself, you can do you. And a part of gaining inner trust is gaining inner standing and learning more about who you are. And really getting and developing an intimate relationship with you. We invest so much in other relationships outside of ourselves. But how much investment do you make on you? How much investment do you make? How much do you spoil yourself? How much do you love on yourself? How many times do you look yourself in the mirror and you compliment yourself? How many times do you stop yourself and give yourself the advice that you would give your friend in your same position, your same situation? See, we don't do the same things for ourselves that we have the expectation of other people doing for us. We expect other people to respect us, to lift us up, to tell us, you know, beautiful things about ourselves. And yes, we should have those out of our relationships, but it starts with self. It starts with us. And until you develop that type of relationship with yourself, there will be no inner trust, because you can't trust something or someone that you don't know. I mean, some of y'all out here doing that shit, but logically, do you really want to put your trust in someone that you don't know? So when the inner trust card comes up, it's a reminder not only to trust yourself and to trust your spiritual guidance that you were given when you entered this realm on this journey, but it's also a reminder that you need to get to know yourself and have some understanding so that you can move forward with a trusting relationship with you. And once you master the self, and you master loving yourself, having a relationship with yourself, building yourself up, you can then go out here and love on other people. You can then go out here and pour into other people. But until you pour into yourself, like, the shit is fake. It's fraudulent. That's what I have for you guys. I could go on about it, but I won't. Just, you know, here as a reminder of what Spirit has already been trying to tell you. I'm just here to bring the message in another way because you asked for confirmation. You've been seeking deeper understanding. You've been seeking a sign. Well, there you have it. So if today is your special day, happy birthday, happy Earth Day, happy solar return day to you. I just put my song on repeat. I'll see you guys next week for another card of the day. Y'all have a beautiful day. Don't let anybody fuck with your vibe today. Don't let anybody penetrate your bubble. Don't let that negative, toxic energy into your aura. You control your reaction to how people talk to you and how they try to play you. Like, your reaction is still controlled by you. You can't control what somebody else does, but you can control your reaction and the energy that you contractually connect with them on and give them. Anytime that we give somebody a response, that is a contract. That's a contract. That is us saying, I am going to exchange energy with you. I'm going to give you my energy in this situation. And sometimes that's a disservice to us. Not going to get into all that. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love y'all. Peace.